Very good day, my dear students. Today we'll learn the further parts of data handling. Let's see. So let's revise once again what are the core data types. Okay, so core data types are being divided in four. Okay, first is number, second one is none, third is sequence, and fourth one is your mappings. So number is being categorized in further three, that is integer, floating point, and complex. Integer is being again divided in what? Boolean. Okay, and sequence, next is your sequence is again divided in three, that is your string, tuple, and list. And third is mapping is divided in one, that is your dictionary. Okay, this is your data type summary. I think in your previous class we have gone through all the topics and the deep knowledge you have regarding this all topics. Okay, let's see the next part. Mutable and immutable types. First thing, you should know that what is mutable and what is immutable. Mutable means the data which could be changed, and immutable means the data which could not be able to change. So Python data objects can be broadly categorized in two types, that is mutable and immutable. In simple words, changeable or modifiable and non-modifiable types. So first is your immutable types. Immutable types are those that can never change their values in place. In Python, following types are immutable. Examples are what? Integers, float, boolean, string, tuples. These are the types which could not be able to change and are being categorized as what? Immutable types. You can see the sample code in this, like a is equals to 10, b equal to a, c equal to 15. So you will get the output like a equal to 20, b equal to 40, c equal to b. From this code you can say the value of integer abc could be changed effortlessly, but this is not the case. Let us understand what was done behind the scene. Okay, so see, immutable types. In Python, each value in memory is assigned a memory address. Okay, so each time a new variable is pointing to that value, they will be assigned the same address and no new memory location. Let us understand the case. See the value like 10, 15, 20, then 21, 40, 55. Like 10 is what your A, okay, B is what your 15, okay, C is your 20. So 10 address is 250, 15 address is 272, and 20 address is 280. Okay, so now when you will print, right, when you will print the data, like say a is equal to 10, b equal to a, b equal to a means b is also equal to a, so b will be stored as what? 10. C is equals to 15, so print id a. Okay, print id a means what? It will print the id where it has been stored. Id function to get the memory address to which value or variable has been stored. Okay, so it will refer that in which id it has been stored. Address is another thing and id is another thing. Okay, so 250 is the address where 10 is being stored. Okay, and it has some particular id, so it will display the id. Okay, next is your print id c, so it will represent the b id will be represented. Okay, like 2304, then 2304. Okay, means what does it mean? 2304, same id is being displayed, means what? B is equal to a, means whatever the a id is there, it is being stored in which id? B id also. Next is c id is somehow different. Okay, so this is what the address is being assigned. Okay, next is, now let us understand the changes done to the variable abc, like a is equals to 20, b equal to 40, and c is equals to b. So a is equals to 20, b equal to 40, and c is equals to b. Then what happens now? See, a equal to 20, b is equals to 40. Okay, b equal to 40 and c equal to b, means c, whatever the value of b is there, it will be stored in c. Okay, so when you will print the idb, you will get the whatever the id is there, it has been stored, and that particular id will be the same as it is for c, uh, for the c value also. Okay, because c is equals to b, that's why when whatever the b value is there, it will be stored in what? In c value also. Next is immutable type. From the previous code, it is clear that variable name are stored references to a value object. Each time we change the value of the variable's reference, memory address changes. So it will now not store new value in same memory location. That's why integer, float, boolean, string, and tuples are what? Immutable. The variable of certain type are not like storage container, that is with fixed memory address where value changes every time. Hence they are immutable. Now next is your mutable type. So mutable means what? In same memory address, new value can be stored as and when it is required. Python provide following mutable types. So what are the mutable types which could be changed? Like list, dictionaries, and sets. So examples for that, like list you are using. So this is your ID. So you are storing here. Next, employee 3. In employee 3, what will be the what is the value you are changing? 75,000. When you are printing the ID is same, but the value could be changed. Okay, so this is what ID is same, but the value will be changed. But in the previous part, immutable type, if you change the value, then the ID also changes. Okay, so see, even if we change the value, its reference memory address has remained same, but in immutable type, reference ID does not remain the same. Variable internals. Python is an object oriented language, so everything in Python is an object. An object is an identifiable entity that have some characteristics or properties and behavior. Like integer values are what? Object. They hold whole numbers only, characteristic, and they support all arithmetic operations like behavior. Every Python object has three key attributes associated with it. What are the three attributes? Type of object, value of an object, and ID of an object. Okay. Next is your type of an object. What do you mean by type of an object? Type of an object determines the operation that can be performed on the objects, or built-in function type returns the type of an object. Like a is equals to 100. So if you will type a, then you will get the built-in function type. What is the built-in function type? A is what? 100. 100 is what? Integer type. Then type of 100, you will get integer type. Name equal to jax. So when you will type name, okay, means in name what is being stored? String. No, so it will give you the type, that what value is stored? String type of value is being stored. Next is your value of an object. The data item stored in an object is a value of the object. The value stored in an object is a literals. We can use print to get the value of an object. So a equal to 100. When you print a, then whatever the value is stored in the variable is being displayed. Okay, name Kalis. When you print name, then it will display whatever the value is stored in which variable and name variable. Okay. Next is your ID of an object. It is the memory address of an object, although ID is dependent upon the system where it is installed. But in most cases, it returns the memory location of the object. Built-in function ID returns the ID of an object. Example, a is equals to 5, ID of 5. So it will represent whatever the where you have stored a equal to 5, that address will be displayed over here. Okay. So this is all about today's part. We'll learn the further topic in next classes. Okay. Thank you.